And welcome back, everyone. Today what we're going to take a look at is, where are we? Here we are. We're actually going to take a look at using methods for the first time for the next couple of little video clips. So I'm going to make a thing. I'm going to change my unit again to be unit 3, since that's what this kind of lands inside of. And I'm going to create a class called first methods. And we'll finish. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make it look pretty much like the very first application that we wrote. I'm going to just do a system.out.println so my first application. So that's almost exactly what we had for our very first application we did. I'm going to run this and see if I get an output, and I do. I get my output of my first application. Now, when we were talking about methods, right away we don't always think about what we've been doing so far, but this is actually calling a method. So this is a method inside of it's part of the system once it's included in all your Java programs by default. So you have access to that particular method. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to start to create our own methods. We're going to start with a fairly simple one. We'll probably use what? Public void print address, similar to the example in your book, and we're just going to leave it just like that for now. Now, what that does is that just gives us a spot where we can kind of have this particular action happen again and again and again. So here I'm just going to say now I could have 2 or 3 lines in this. I could actually put my full address in there, but I'm not going to right now. I'm going to run this again, and you notice nothing changed. And you're going to say, well, why did nothing change? Well, see, I have my function defined, but what I haven't done is I haven't called my function. The reason that we're able to get this output to work here is that we actually call this function in our main program. So if I want to have this occur after my first application, all I have to do is call print address, just like that. Assuming I did that right. Copy alt static. Public static. Whoopsie, my mistake. So now you can see where this is, how this is working. So my my public void program does this. It first calls this print statement, then it calls this function or this method, and that gives us this as our output. Now, if I want to change things, I don't need to change them up here, so I can actually add more information here if I want. What do I put? Let's Canada in there for now. So again, the program's really simple, but when I go to run it, you'll see that my first application, my address in Canada come in. So whatever's in this block here kind of replaces this section here. Now let's say I wanted to have that happen before my first print job. Well, whoopsie. There we go. I can just type it in just like this. So this time I want to run the function, or run the method, or call the method. It's the proper way to say it. Then I'm going to do my system out print line. Then I'm going to call the method again. So when I run this, you'll find that it'll say My Address Canada from the first call of method. Then it'll do the My Application, and then it'll do the My Address Canada again. So that just gives you a quick idea of how this this method thing tends to work for us. So with that being said, I'm going to just stop this particular video, and I'm going to go and create another one that does a slightly fancier example of this. In fact, I'm going to go back to our room example as my basis for what I'm going to do. So I'll see you guys again shortly. Bye for now.